Rome, an empire that shaped the course of Western civilization for centuries. But behind this vast empire stood its rulers. From Augustus, the visionary founder, to Constantine, the emperor who transformed it forever, today we're diving deep into the minds, actions, and legacies of the emperors who built and broke Rome. This is Every Roman Emperor, Unraveled. Number 1. Augustus. Our story begins with Augustus, the man who created the Roman Empire. Born as Gaius Octavius, he was the adopted son of Julius Caesar, and after a brutal power struggle with rivals like Mark Antony, he emerged victorious. Augustus wasn't just a great military leader, he was a master of political strategy. Instead of ruling as a tyrant, Augustus cleverly kept the outward appearance of the old republic alive. He understood that Romans valued their traditions, so he worked with the Senate, but made sure the real power lay firmly in his hands. Under his rule, the Pax Romana, a period of unprecedented peace and stability, was established. Augustus didn't just conquer new lands, he built roads, established a standing army, reformed the tax system and patronized the arts. He understood that to secure his legacy, Rome had to be prosperous, strong, and united. Number 2. Tiberius. After Augustus, Tiberius took the throne, an emperor whose reign was marked by suspicion and retreat. Tiberius was a skilled general, but as emperor, he never seemed comfortable with power. While Augustus embraced the spotlight, Tiberius preferred the shadows. Over time, Tiberius withdrew from Rome, governing from the island of Capri. He trusted few, and his paranoia led to a brutal period of purges and executions. Yet, despite his dark legacy, he maintained the peace and stability Augustus had built. Tiberius ruled with an iron grip, but lacked the charisma that made Augustus so beloved. Number 3. Caligula, an emperor whose name has become synonymous with madness. At first, Caligula was loved. He was the great-grandson of Augustus, and Romans hoped for a return to greatness. But after an illness early in his reign, something seemed to change. Caligula's rule was marked by excess and eccentricity. He famously tried to make his horse a consul, threw extravagant feasts, and demanded to be worshipped as a living god. His erratic behavior alienated both the Senate and the army, and in the end, he was assassinated by his own guards. Caligula's reign is a cautionary tale of absolute power without restraint. Number 4. Nero. Then came Nero, one of the most infamous emperors in Roman history. Nero is often remembered for fiddling while Rome burned, but that's only part of the story. Nero was a complex figure. He was passionate about the arts, loved performing on stage, and saw himself as a poet and actor, not just a ruler. But Nero's reign descended into chaos. When the Great Fire of Rome broke out, he was blamed, and though he launched a massive rebuilding campaign, his popularity never recovered. Nero also executed rivals, including his own mother, and persecuted early Christians. His extravagance and disregard for tradition led to rebellion, and in the end, Nero took his own life, declaring, "What an artist dies in me." The year of the 4 emperors. After Nero's death, the empire plunged into chaos. 69 AD became known as the year of the 4 emperors, as 4 different men vied for control of Rome. Galba, Otho, Vitellius all rose to power and fell just as quickly. But out of the chaos came Vespasian, a military general who stabilized Rome and founded the Flavian dynasty. Vespasian restored order and began construction on the Colosseum, a symbol of Rome's enduring might. The 5 good emperors. Then came one of the greatest periods in Roman history, the era of the 5 good emperors. Nerva, Trajan, Hadrian, Antoninus Pius, and Marcus Aurelius were wise, just rulers who brought peace and prosperity. Each ruler was chosen for his merit, not through bloodlines. and they expanded and strengthened the empire. Trajan expanded the empire to its greatest territorial extent, stretching from Britain to Mesopotamia. Hadrian, known for his intellect, consolidated the empire's borders, famously building Hadrian's Wall in Britain. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, led Rome in its wars against invading tribes, all while writing Meditations, one of history's greatest works of Stoic philosophy. But after Marcus Aurelius, the empire entered a period of decline. The crisis of the 3rd century saw Rome torn apart by civil wars, barbarian invasions, and economic collapse. Emperor after emperor rose and fell, many meeting violent ends as power shifted between the legions and the Senate. For nearly 50 years, Rome was in constant turmoil, with over 20 emperors taking the throne in quick succession. The empire was crumbling from within, and it seemed like the glory days of Augustus and Trajan were gone forever. Then came Diocletian, the emperor who saved Rome from the brink of collapse. Diocletian understood that the empire was simply too vast and too fractured to be ruled by one man. So he divided it into the Tetrarchy, sharing power between 2 senior and 2 junior emperors. Diocletian reformed the administration, economy, and military. He also fiercely persecuted Christians, hoping to restore the traditional Roman gods. Though his reforms strengthened the empire, they also laid the groundwork for its eventual division into eastern and western halves. And finally, we come to Constantine the Great, the emperor who changed Rome forever. Constantine was a brilliant general who reunited the empire after civil war and became the first Christian emperor. Before the Battle of Milvian Bridge, Constantine claimed to have seen a vision of a cross in the sky with the words, "In this sign you will conquer." He won the battle, embraced Christianity, and issued the Edict of Milan, granting religious tolerance throughout the empire. Constantine also moved the capital to Byzantium, renaming it Constantinople, signaling the shift of power to the east. He saw himself as a divinely appointed ruler, and under his reign, Christianity transformed from a persecuted sect to the dominant faith of the empire. From Augustus, the man who built an empire, to Constantine, who redefined it, these emperors left an indelible mark on history. Each shaped Rome in their own way, through war, reform, or faith. Their legacies still echo through the centuries. If you enjoyed this epic journey through Roman history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Which emperor's reign fascinates you the most?